things that you may not be able to see at first glance. So when she came to the WNBA, just a lack of preparedness by the commissioner, lack of marketing. She really shines a light on it. And then the lack of travel. Then the women's Olympic movement was absurd, not putting her on the team. Christine Brennan wrote about that in her book. And then we've also noticed that the players were very petty, although I think they're getting over it. But Caitlin Clark has really shined a light on how bad the officiating is. It's not bad calls, it's no calls. This league is insane. And if you're a star guard, Kelsey Plum of the LA Sparks has gone out to say she played against a San Francisco team, 40 minutes, only 3 calls against her. She came out of the game with scratches all over her face. They just let star guards get abused in this league. The officiating is horrible. Listen to this. There's only 179 active players in the league. Players have already suffered 141 injuries since opening day. It's like 1 per player. There have been 57 head and neck injuries in the past 2.5 seasons. They just don't call anything. They don't call anything. And like the NBA, they allow more physical play in the playoffs. But this is a regular season. You want your stars in the WNBA, you want them healthy for the All-Star game. You want them healthy for the playoffs. You don't want them banged up now. So in mid-June, Kelsey Plum, you can go back and look at that video, is getting banged all over the floor. They only called 3 fouls in 40 minutes, and now Caitlin Clark is hurt.
Yeah. And listen, I want you guys, for those of you who are maybe newer to the sports scene, who were brought in by Caitlin Clark or, the herd and whatnot, Colin does not criticize refs. He does not. He always kind of calls out fans for always trying to blame refs and complain about them. Like he has always supported that side and has talked about it's really hard to officiate and there's so many more video angles now that of course you're going to see bad calls and whatnot, that it is what it is. And so the fact that he's pretty much saying like this is awful, that's massive. That's real. That is real. And it's a big deal. It's a really big deal. And I mean, when you see some of the calls, like the Sheldon foul, when you see some of this stuff, it's just so insane. And I disagree with what Colin said, though, where he's like, oh, the pettiness is no longer there. No, it is. And this is where the WNBA is so infuriating. It's so ridiculous. Because now Caitlin Clark is not going to be in the 3-point contest or the All-Star game. Nobody's going to care about All-Star weekend now. They're going to still try to pretend like it's this big thing and, oh, the views were so high, there's that, because of what Caitlin Clark has already brought into the WNBA. Yes, that's why. They'll try to pretend and they'll try to sell it as, no, everything's just great, regardless of Caitlin Clark, but this is a massive loss. A massive loss. And it's just so disappointing. It is such a bummer. And Colin said what I'd been saying all year long about don't let these games be so physical during the regular season. It's okay to make them a little bit more physical in the playoffs, which is what the NBA does. But during the regular season, everybody's getting beat up. But it's up to the women to also play better, because we don't want to watch games that are just foul after foul after foul. Play better basketball. Because it became a problem in the NBA when it was just foul after foul after foul. And then the league adjusted and was like, okay, what we used to be able to do, we no longer can do. And now it's kind of balanced it out a little bit. And now there's a discussion where do they let the playoffs in the NBA get too physical? And it's an interesting question because there were a lot of injuries this past playoff run as well. But we want to see the great players play. And we also don't want to see a whistle blown every 5 seconds either. So it's up to the players to play high quality. You could foul in the WNBA because the women were simply not good enough. They're just the reality. They were not good enough. They are getting better, and you have someone great like a Caitlin Clark, Paige, etc., You want to see them be great. You don't want to see them get fouled. Okay? That's the way this works. This is basketball, a skill sport. This is not just survival of who can take the biggest and longest beating. That's not what basketball is. That's not what it is. And so you're ruining your product. You're ruining the entertainment value. That's the reality. And they need to understand that. And we need to be as loud as we possibly can. And quite frankly, this is what makes me the angriest, is that I need to see these women be even angry. I need to see Caitlin Clark be angry. I need to see the Fever be angry. Even the other women out there. The Sabrinas, the Angels, the Asias, like whoever it is. Like, it needs to change. It needs to change. The one foul on Caitlin Clark where she gets knee to the stomach, that is a disgrace. And the fact that that wasn't called, in no world. I played a lot of basketball over my life. I've been in a lot of random various leagues. I played at a lot of different levels. I also used to run leagues. I used to referee. I refereed girls. I refereed boys. I refereed men. I refereed women. I've done a lot, okay? That is not a basketball play, being knee to the stomach. Sometimes your legs kind of do some weird stuff, especially if you're a bigger player, less agile player. That's clearly not the case. Sometimes when you're trying to stop the ball, right, you'll use your foot as almost like as another arm for defense. That's not the case. That was not the case in that play. That's not how that unfolded. There's zero reason. And trust me, I'm a little bit more forgiving for just bodies getting kind of weird at times, because it's basketball, it's sports. Like, sometimes it just happens. Things are happening fast. I've never seen anything like that. Ever. And trust me, man, I was the type of player that really rode that line of pushing it to the limits. I was more cut from the Draymond Green cloth than anything else, where it's like, I'm pushing it, man. I know all the tricks, all the little things, all the ways how to be a little rough around the edges, but still make it look like I didn't mean to. Well, I just fell into them. Like, I know all those things. It's the easiest thing for me to spot out, and that's just dirty. There's just no explanation for it. Zero. You would never be raising your leg up there. It doesn't even put you in a strong position to play defense, to even be physical. None of it makes sense. If you thought that she was going to pass, you still wouldn't lift your knee up like that. Your leg would be extended in a way, and it would be more like that, not like that. Like, it just, none of it makes sense. None of it. And the fact that that's not a call, or the fact that those things, like, don't get upgraded after the fact. I mean, we saw all those highlights of Boston getting crushed, of, Sophie getting crushed, like, just everybody. I mean, like, it's a joke. If these women, if any athlete, right, was just able to physically endure it, right, and to be clear, the men can't even endure it. But if these athletes were just physically capable of enduring it, I'd love it. It'd be, honestly, it'd be like, all right, bring it on, man. Like, this is cool. Everyone's being physical. It's tough. It's gritty. And, and if they could endure it and it doesn't compromise the style of game and the flow of the game and injury risk, it's like, cool. This kind of makes it a little bit more intense, right? You're like, all right, let's get after it. Like, it's kind of cool. But that's not the case. Watching the Golden State Warriors have to play without Steph Curry last season in the playoffs was awful. Absolutely, positively awful. Watching Game 7 of the NBA Finals have Tyrese Halliburton rupture his Achilles absolutely, positively just ruined one of the most exciting thing in all of sports. Game 7. We were in for just a ride, man. And Tyrese Halliburton was balling in that game. And just like that, it's over. And year 2, Caitlin Clark is about to dominate again. About to bring the WNBA and women's sports to levels that we've never seen before. We've truly never seen before. And she is just getting beaten up relentlessly, nonstop. and now the All-Star game that would have actually been fun to watch. It's like, what's the point? Same old, same old. Just nonsense, man. And it's an opportunity lost, and that phrase doesn't even really do it justice. It's a world lost. It's a phenomenon lost. It's a movement lost. It's a generation lost. So fix it before it's too late. Those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Caitlin Clark getting injured, the WNBA just failing to protect her and the rest of the league, and just everything else? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. It's whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're all on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.